I'd like to pass along something that Alex Jones reported on his radio show yesterday. But I want to pass it along in the fashion that it was originally uncollaborated, but it's not any longer. Multiple sources are reporting this very thing. And if you want to put people in the streets, this is a pretty worthy cause. End 2020 Internet will be dead except for state-controlled news and information. The total Internet kill switch takeover will be implemented in 3 months. Takeover control, monitoring of all computers and smartphones. Take your money out of the banks before the deep state does. It's one advice given by Alex Jones. All websites in the world except 1,000 will be terminated. Google, China, social credit system rollout in the U.S. in 3 to 6 months. And I've reported on all this stuff at different individual times. It's the first time I've seen them all lumped together. And thanks for Donald for sending this to me. Will Congress, liberals, and conservatives prevent Trump from taking action? The SMM will discredit disclosure, hoping they will be included in the thousands surviving websites. And it concludes by saying somewhere, George Orwell is smiling. Highly disturbing. Highly disturbing, ladies and gentlemen. Nonetheless, I think it's something that we need to take very, very seriously, because I don't see the people of this country putting up with this. The pretense for dictatorial control over a free people, or relatively free people, will be out in the open. There'll be nowhere to hide it. Even the 50% of people that are dumber than a box of rocks, who had the worst case and worst affliction of cognitive dissonance, would have a hard time denying what's really going on. This will cause a civil war. And it's a civil war that I would actually support. Because when you lose the First Amendment, the Second Amendment isn't far behind. And what we know from the University of Hawaii website called the Democide Project shows that there were 17 genocides in the 20th century. Every one of them was preceded by 2 things. Most notably, in this case, end of free speech, followed by the evisceration of private gun ownership. This is very seriously. This is one of the things that I wonder if Trump is going to sit idly by and let this happen. I will tell you this, though. I am absolutely concerned that his Attorney General nominee has a personal relationship with Robert Mueller and their wives are best friends. I'm getting very concerned. Are you concerned? Tell me what you think of this. If it were just Alex, I'd say, okay, maybe he didn't get the best info. Maybe we need to wait and get more info. But my mailbox is filling up from people who are reporting other aspects of this. I'm getting news reports from people who are sending me videos of helicopters and tanks on trains headed to the border or headed to other locations in the United States. The uptick of military activity in this country is phenomenal. If I were a conspiracy theorist without basis, in other words, I didn't have to validate anything I say, anything I write, I would say this. I would write a story and I'd create a mythical president who would pretend to be a friend of the people and then turn on them at the last minute, declare martial law for one cause, and turn that martial law into suppressing the people for another. Now, I'm not suggesting that Donald Trump is that president. He may not be the president around when this happens. But when I start connecting dots of what I'm seeing, this story becomes completely believable. Let's pray it's not true. But in the meanwhile, this is something I won't submit to, I'm not going to allow, and you shouldn't either. That's it for the Common Sense Show. Thank you so much for joining us. We're really pleased that you're with us, and we hope that you'll share this on your social media. We also hope you'll become part of our Patreon program, in which really hundreds of people are helping support the Common Sense Show with small donations. and it's making a difference to our ability to pay our bills. Very disturbing news indeed, ladies and gentlemen. And do I think it's going to happen? I think it'll happen if we let it happen. Anyway, that's it for the Common Sense Show. Again, I really appreciate this encounters we have. I hate to think someday this will go away. In the meantime, I need to let you know we're brought to you by Patriot Rate, and it's an insurance company. I'll tell you, insurance companies are the biggest scam artists that are out there, and I found one that is not that way. Stop paying overpriced and corrupt insurance companies. And how many of you are just tired of paying too much for auto, health, and life? You can cut your insurance rates substantially with Patriot Rate. I'll tell you, don't wait around for them to find you, because they are doing a massive mailing right now. You can go to them right now and save time and money. I love the Geico commercials, but I had Geico, and I can tell you, there's no discount there. And they say the average person saves $900. Well, that wasn't the case with the Hodges family. And I will tell you, Patriot Rate is absolutely fantastic. Go to patriotrate.com, get your free quote, and tell them Dave Hodges of the Common Sense Show sent you. You won't be sorry you did this.